Good evening to my Real World Podcast family. How you guys doing? Today I'm bringing you another exclusive interview, and I have on the phone with us a young lady by the name of Camia Gamet. Am I saying that correctly, Camia? Last name?
Yes, you are.
So, how are you doing today, Miss Camia?
I'm all right. How are you?
I'm great. Can't complain, won't complain. But first of all, before we go any further, let me thank you right now for allowing me to be able to sit down to interview you for the show. I really appreciate that.
You're welcome.
Yeah. You've been locked up since 2013. Am I correct? Correct?
Yes, that's correct.
Okay. So, Camilla, from the time you've been locked up, what have you been doing in the prison system since you've been locked up? May I ask?
I have been just striving to be a better person. I've been trying to use this time to focus on what has brought me here and to try to learn from it. As far as programming, I've completed healing and trauma. I participated in Alcoholics Anonymous, which I feel like played a role in bringing me to prison. There's a lot of programs that are available for prisoners here, but unfortunately, due to the amount of time I'm sentenced to, lifers get placed on the back burner a lot, just due to the amount of time that we have. So people with lesser time usually get first place for those types of programs. So my main focus has just been working on my appeal and fighting my conviction. I've spent a lot of time in the law library, and I've done a lot of research on Michigan case law, and I've learned a lot, and I've just been working on my case and fighting for my freedom.
Okay, now that's a good thing that you're in there in the law library, educating yourself on the law and educating yourself on other things, because that is something that a lot of inmates, when we're locked up, don't take full advantage of that. They let that go to the sideline, and they trust their attorneys more than trusting themselves.
Basically, I just feel like I had a court-appointed attorney, and I don't feel like anybody can fight my fight as well as I can, because I don't feel like anybody else can be as passionate as I can about my fight. So with that being said, I just feel like it's up to me to continue to strive to educate myself as much as I can. So that's been my focus, I've spent as much time as inmates are permitted in the law library, just researching and educating myself, and learning as much as I can, because first of all, we have a low success rate of public defenders in Michigan. So just with that alone, I know it's my obligation to fight for my life as much as I can, because nobody else is going to fight for me like I can.
Correct. And now you're 100% right about that. Now, out of the programs, doing the programs, what is it like for you in prison? Are you conversing with other inmates? Are you trying to counsel other inmates and, talk to them and help them to not make the mistakes that you made? Are you doing any of that?
Absolutely. There's a lot of younger inmates in here, and there's a lot of people who, I've seen people who come in here with a year and are still here to this day doing 5 years, 6, 7 years later. Or I see people who come in here and they get into the homosexuality, and You have 1 minute remaining.
Go ahead, keep going.
They choose to stay here to be with their girlfriends, and these are women with children, so a lot of people come in here and they lose focus, or they let this lifestyle consume them. So it's a very sad thing, and it's an unfortunate thing to me. So I try to tell these people, I want people to learn from my mistakes, because, at this moment, I don't have a second chance. So when I speak to these people, my main thing is I keep a very positive mind frame. I don't choose to let my circumstances get me down. I feel like God has the final say, and I feel like, he says never let anybody steal your joy. So I'm always smiling, I'm always upbeat, and a lot of people don't think that I am a so-called lifer because of my mentality. So I'm always trying to keep people smiling and keep people in a good headspace and keep people, keep them up instead of down. Because I feel like the system is too...
Thank you for using GTL.